One of the unfortunate low points of the recently concluded India-South Africa series, whether it be across formats in Tests, ODIs or T20Is, was the unfortunate incident whereby South Africa's Test captain Temba Bavuma found himself the victim of some casual body shaming by the Indian cricket team members, with Jasprit Bumrah and Rishabh Pant in particular catching a lot of flack for it. Now, it was something that by and large hadn't been addressed that much during the course of the series, and truth be told, South Africa's comprehensive 2-0 whitewash of India meant that there were many other things to talk about in that sense, but it has now finally been addressed by none other than Temba Bavuma himself. And he's spoken about, by and large, not only getting an apology from both players involved, but also not really holding on to too many grudges about it. Let's first look at what it is he said when he was first alerted of this particular incident. He said that there was an incident where they said something about me. At the end of the day, Rishabh Pant and Jasprit Bumrah came and apologized. Now, we have, of course, seen those images whereby you've seen Pant was having long conversations with him. Bumrah also went up to him and spoke. And by and large, it did seem like the Indian team took accountability for what it is that happened, and particularly went directly to speak to Bavuma about the entire thing and ensure that the air was cleared. By and large, Bavuma said that he was okay with the apology, but he did add one very interesting thing in the aftermath of it. This is what he had to say. He said that, look, whatever happens on the field stays on the field, but you don't forget what is said. You use it as fuel and motivation, but there are no grudges per se. Now, obviously, he's talking in two different sides of the spectrum. He's saying that, look, I may forgive, but I won't forget. I'll use it as fuel, but there are no grudges. And that really does speak to a very interesting mindset from Temba. I mean, look, we have often heard of elite athletes talk about how it is they use anything negative said towards them, even if it is something as bad as what it was said to Bavuma, and used it as fuel to kind of perform better. We did see Temba actually perform very well in that first test on what was a very tricky Kolkata wicket. It was arguably the standout batter across both the teams. So he definitely used it as fuel. He batted well, and batted India out of the game. The 40-odd runs he scored may not have been a lot of runs, but in the context of the game, it was as good as a century. The number of balls he played out definitely aided their cause. Good championship mentality, and also good on him to admit that whilst I may have used it as fuel at that point in time, as of now, there are no grudges. So it does seem like the chapter has been closed, but it was interesting nevertheless to hear from Bavuma himself how it is he felt about those comments and what his reaction was. He even admitted that he didn't even know what was said and had to ask his media manager to kind of figure out what was said. But then, once he got the apology, he was okay with it. No grudges being held whatsoever. So, in a sense, it's good that this entire thing has been put to rest, because, again, it was a very unfortunate comment and it shouldn't have been said. But once said, it's best to go be classy about it and apologize. And not only did the Indian players graciously do that, Temba was even more gracious to accept that apology. What are your thoughts, though, on Temba's statements? Let us know so in the comments below, and don't forget, as always, to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, X and Facebook, and stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.